Today we have a live stream on the topic why I choose artificial intelligence. I had to delete the previous live stream because I set it up incorrectly, but I think that won't interfere with our discussion today. So today's topic for this live stream is AI evening number 2, how artificial intelligence becomes an extension of myself. A brief introduction about myself. I am the creator of the YouTube channel Angel Swert News, as well as the founder and manager of Angel Swert Video Production and AI, and an active practitioner in neural networks. Today, I'm here with you to discuss live how artificial intelligence can be applied. And I want to talk about how challenging it is right now for those who don't use neural networks and share practical experience on how I personally use artificial intelligence in my work, why I prefer AI assistants over traditional employees, and what the future of human interaction with neural networks will look like. That's why this broadcast will be especially useful for those who want to increase their efficiency, learn how to create content using artificial intelligence, and understand how new technologies can change their personal and professional lives. Also, let's interact actively. Please write your thoughts and questions in the comments. I will definitely read out the best ones live. Let me start with this. What do you think? Does artificial intelligence replace or complement humans? Please share your thoughts about this in the comments. The first question I want to address today is why I am creating an AI assistant instead of hiring human assistants. I chose an AI assistant because of its round-the-clock availability. It doesn't need rest and is always active, which ensures uninterrupted support at any time of day or night. My AI assistant adapts to my habits, work style, and creative approach, gradually becoming my second self, which significantly boosts my efficiency. I also use artificial intelligence to reduce costs associated with hiring, training, and managing staff. Artificial intelligence helps me eliminate the human factor. That means mistakes, emotions, and fatigue. Now I want to share some interesting AI assistants or agents I discovered this month in May 2025. I'll leave the link in the description below the video. But I want to give a brief overview of some very interesting neural networks. One of them is Hummingbird for deepfake voiceovers with realistic articulation. This neural network revoices videos with eerily realistic results. The facial expressions and lip movements match perfectly. You can create dubbing, commercials, social media content, or even VFX effects. To do this, you just need to upload your video and audio and you'll get the result in a couple of seconds. Another really cool neural network is SFX Engine, which generates any sounds from natural ones like the sound of waves to the clanging of metal doors. What is this neural network for? It generates any sounds. There's also a library of ready-made sound effects with a similar tag-based search. Also very relevant right now is Prompt Hackers, which improves prompts for ChatGPT and Midjourney. It's a platform for upgrading your prompts. You just write your idea and the service turns it into a ready-made prompt for a neural network. There's a library of prompts for images and text. Everything is free. It's perfect for advanced neural network generation without the headache. Arcart is for creating emotional AI avatars. Right now, it's very relevant to use your own agents, your own AI assistants. I often record videos where I speak in a certain language and then I need to translate it into another language. You can check out my channel where I use a neural network to create a similar live avatar, but it speaks English, or you could have it speak Chinese, Arabic, whatever you want. But it realistically conveys your likeness. So pay attention to what you can already use and apply in real life and practice. I also like Spikes, a neural network for viral videos. The neural network will automatically find and cut out the best moments, highlight faces, and even add subtitles. Another very good and interesting assistant is Notebook LM. A Russian language summary in podcast style has appeared. What is it? it helps you extract the main idea from large materials or big books and present it in a way that's clear to you in simple, straightforward language. Of course, all of this is very good, but when you read the material yourself and analyze these large volumes of data on your own, you can see with your own eyes how it will all be applied and draw your own conclusions. So it's up to you to choose whether you trust neural networks to give you advice or if you want to study everything yourself. Crea.ai. Now, this is an online editor that can create designs, layouts, artwork, and advertisements. It's not just an image generator, but a fully functional online editor. That is, you need to drag materials onto the canvas and use arrows to indicate what should be done with them. And the neural network creates finished layouts, artwork, and advertising banners. And there's also a very interesting agent called DeepLifeCam for creating deep fakes in real time without artifacts. Speaking of deepfakes, I want to point out that it's generally best to use such things for humor or some kind of harmless video content. But if it ever affects any significant global processes in any way, it's absolutely better to avoid it. That's why the internet will soon be completely filled with cases where people take personalities, video recordings of politicians or presidents, and replace their speeches using such deep fakes. This could lead to global catastrophes, but everything can always be used within reasonable limits. So the choice is yours. The link to these neural networks will be in the description below the video. I'll briefly explain how to create and set up a personal AI assistant. I'll leave you a promo code for GPTunnel. Here you can register for free and get additional bonuses with my promo code. And here it's also very easy to create your own AI assistant. How do you do this? You need to go to the GPT Assistant section, create a new assistant, and click the Create Assistant button. In the settings, you specify the name and also choose what type of assistant it will be, private or public. Also in the settings, specify whether your AI assistant will have public access and write out the instructions for what it should do and what functions you expect from it. You choose the default assistant model, whether it will be based on GPT-4, Gemini, or Claude. So basically, it's not difficult. This assistant can make your life easier. So go to GPTunnel, practice. You can do this on GPT-4. Basically, I don't see any problem with that. Now let's discuss how I use artificial intelligence in my media space. Artificial intelligence is actively involved in creating my content. It generates texts, images, scripts, and even helps with video editing. And it allows me to focus on creative work. Right now, I use artificial intelligence for in-depth analysis of my audience and trends. This makes it possible to create content that precisely matches the expectations and interests of my viewers. I also automate routine processes, respond to requests, process emails, analyze data, and free up my time to develop new ideas and improve the quality of my content. Now let's take a look at how artificial intelligence this year in 2025 has already been able to and can influence the overall situation in the world. I'll put it this way. Right now, the key changes and trends are happening in the automation and reduction of routine tasks. Artificial intelligence is being widely implemented to automate repetitive operations, document processing, accounting, customer support, and data analysis. This allows companies to reduce customer service costs by up to 30% and speed up request processing by up to 70%. There's also currently a rise in the gig economy and freelancing. In other words, artificial intelligence is replacing some full-time positions, but at the same time, it is creating demand for new specialists with AI skills and contributing to the growth of short-term and project-based employment. That is, flexible forms of employment are becoming increasingly popular. HR processes are also undergoing changes right now. In the HR field, artificial intelligence automates recruitment, analyzes HR metrics, and helps with employee onboarding and training. If we talk about the revolution and progress in decision-making and analytics, artificial intelligence enables companies to make real-time decisions based on automated analysis of big data. And this is especially noticeable in finance, healthcare, retail, and manufacturing, where operational decisions are becoming almost completely automated. Artificial intelligence is also already impacting professions this year. That is, the greatest risk of automation right now is faced by administrative positions, accounting, finance, some medical specialties, manufacturing, transportation, logistics, marketing, and advertising. New professions are emerging, and by 2030, such jobs are estimated to be worth $78 million. Therefore, the implementation of autonomous AI agents is actively taking place in 2025. In addition, these AI agents perform complex tasks without constant human supervision. They process orders, support customers, analyze markets, and create content. Where is artificial intelligence currently being used? Medicine, in the early stages of disease detection. Small and medium-sized businesses. What we are demonstrating right now is order processing through automation, market analysis, cost reduction, and improved communication with customers. Creative industries. I actively use artificial intelligence for generating and preparing texts, images, and music, and other processes. Also, since I am so actively reading, I would like to ask you, what tasks would you like to delegate to artificial intelligence in your life or work? Write to me in the comments below this video. Now I invite you on June 25th next month to an online session on automation with N8N together with our partner. We will talk about how you can automate routine tasks and how you can apply all of this. You can ask questions about how and in what way to implement certain automations into your personal processes. Or if you are unable to create something on your own, you can always come to us and ask about it during an individual consultation. I also want to talk about what Angel Swert Core is and how it works. A little bit of background. Since I am involved in AI video production and actively implement it in my work, demonstrating it through examples of my video projects and explanations on my YouTube channel, I decided to take on a project that would integrate an AI system specifically designed for media production, automating and optimizing every stage of the production process, from idea generation to publishing and promoting the project's content. This system will be built on a modular architecture, which will easily adapt to different types of content and client needs, from simple social media posts to complex video projects. And thanks to this automation, which we are currently working on, and analytics, Angel Swert Core significantly speeds up the process of creating high-quality content, allowing for quick adaptation to market changes and audience preferences. So I want to draw your attention to the fact that each of you can already take advantage of learning about artificial intelligence, integrate it into your life, and simplify many routine tasks. And why am I bringing this up? Many highly qualified marketers and well-known influencers are already saying that personal AI technology will radically change user behavior online. What does this mean? You will never visit a search website again. You won't go to a productivity website. You won't go to Amazon anymore because your virtual assistant, your AI assistant, will already be helping you make the perfect choice in your favor. Whether this is good or bad depends entirely on how well you prepare it now and how you program it for your future needs. Because AI assistants will become our personal guardian angels who will refine things for us in the online space. Do we really need this product? Do we really need to take this consultation? Should we go here or there and make quick decisions about purchases? Because it will be based on your interests, and you will see this happening as early as 2030. Now, I want to talk about what content created in collaboration between humans and artificial intelligence will look like. Content created in collaboration with artificial intelligence possesses a unique synergy, where AI generates ideas, suggestions, structures, and templates, while the human brings emotional depth, individuality, and a creative approach. What I'm getting at is that we're not just generating videos, we're making a creative contribution. But to achieve this, you need to make an additional contribution, refining the background, the colors, the image style. Then it truly feels like a creative input. The result of such collaboration is highly personalized, profound, and engaging content that can capture the audience's attention. With this approach, the speed and quality of production are significantly higher than with traditional methods, and more content of high quality with less time spent. Now, I'll leave you with a question to ponder. What content ideas can you create with artificial intelligence? Please leave your detailed note below this video. I will later add my own analysis as well as online reviews. A brief note about quantum computers and their impact on AI consciousness. Quantum computers radically increase the computational capabilities of artificial intelligence, accelerating neural network training and big data analysis many times over. Thanks to quantum technologies, artificial intelligence will be able to model complex neural networks and processes that are close to the creation of to human consciousness, which opens up new horizons for understanding intelligence and consciousness. However, the development of quantum AI also raises important ethical and philosophical questions about how society will interact with this artificial intelligence. AI capable of conscious actions, and what consequences this may have for humans, what consequences this may have for individuals and for humanity in the future. In one of the articles I was reviewing for this broadcast, I came across an explanation of what quantum uncertainty is and how it relates to consciousness. Now, quantum uncertainty is a fundamental principle of quantum mechanics, according to which certain pairs of physical properties cannot be measured precisely at the same time. This means that at the quantum level, events cannot be predicted with absolute accuracy. In other words, there is an inherent randomness that is intrinsic to the very nature of quantum systems. Many scientist philosophers claim that such quantum uncertainty gives rise to the hypothesis that consciousness may emerge thanks to quantum processes occurring in our brains. These processes could potentially use quantum uncertainty to create unpredictable, unique states. And there's another interesting thing I came across. An important discovery that drew attention to the controversial theory of consciousness, called orchestrated objective reduction. This is the Penrose-Hameroff theory, which claims that networks of protein microtubules function as a kind of quantum computer responsible for the workings of consciousness. If artificial intelligence is the brain of a robot, then RPA is its hands. So what can software robots do? In this article, they explain what makes everything work and how it all functions. I'll leave a link in the description below this video. What would I like to add? To sum up this short broadcast, why are AI assistants necessary? First of all, they save time and resources and deliver higher quality results. Second, it's already essential to automate routine tasks: spam, mailings, content, accounting, reports. Well, a lot of things can already be put in order. It's also important to note that in the near future, we will be deeply and seamlessly integrated with our digital assistants. If we do not take the necessary steps to prepare ourselves for this significant change in advance, it will become much more difficult to adapt to the overwhelming and ever-increasing amount of information that is now constantly circulating and evolving in the vast online space. Regarding quantum computers, why did I bring them up only at the very end? Because in principle, we still have a little way to go before AGI, artificial general intelligence, but work is being done on it. And what's happening in research is largely taken from the human brain and from previous scientific observations. And now all of this is being actively transferred into artificial intelligence. That's why we need to pay attention to the fact that all of this actually arrived yesterday already. Let me sum up. Basically, I need an AI assistant and I use one myself. I share the experience that I personally implement in practice with my audience. If you're interested, come for an individual consultation. We'll tailor everything specifically for you. In June, I will have 3 live streams and one of them will be dedicated to automations. Join in and ask your questions. See you in the upcoming live streams. Thank you for being with me. Leave your comments, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications. And see you in our next live streams.